There is a growing threat in conveyancing where fraudsters will instruct law firms posing as the genuine owner to sell a property that they do not own. This is known as title fraud. Title Guardian is a new smart technology solution that protects property owners against this and a range of other frauds. In this video guide, we demonstrate how we protect you and your clients from this threat. First, let's take a look at the problem in more detail. Title fraud is becoming more common and the perpetrators' activities are increasingly sophisticated, putting your law firm at risk. As a lawyer, you have a duty to verify your client's identity to prevent or mitigate this risk, to protect your firm. Safe Harbor digital identity standards have been introduced to provide law firms with a secure, reliable, and fast way to verify a client's identity to indemnify their risk against fraudulent instructions. Law firms can engage respected third-party identity providers to conduct identity checks on their clients and meet Safe Harbor standards. Clients will be sent an SMS or email asking them to upload an identity document and take a selfie. The technology will check if the client's identity document is genuine, then compare the document to the selfie to ensure the photograph on the identity document matches. This might sound foolproof. However, because fraudsters are now aware of these checks and protocols, they are changing their tactics to circumnavigate Safe Harbor. So, the threat of fraud remains as real as ever. In summary, just because your client has passed an identity check, it does not mean they have proved they are the true owner of the property. This is the root of the problem. The well-documented case of a Luton reverend who had his house stolen is an example of this tactic. Fraudsters impersonated the owner and instructed a law firm using a genuine ID that passed Safe Harbor standards. How did they do this? The fraudsters simply made an application for a duplicate driving license in the name of the homeowner and provided the DVLA with a photograph of an impersonator. Fraudsters received back a genuine driving license with breathtaking ease. The law firm onboarded the fraudster and completed a check to Safe Harbor requirements and, as far as they were concerned, they had correctly fulfilled their regulatory obligations to the highest standards. However, they became a victim of fraud along with the owner, who lost his home. Another recent case involved an innocent buyer purchasing a property from a fraudster who had impersonated the true owner and approached an auction house to sell the stolen property. An innocent buyer agreed to buy the vacant property pre-auction and instructed their law firm to conduct the conveyancing. The transaction proceeded and completed seemingly without event. However, after completion, the buyer arrived at the property to be met by tenants occupying the property. It soon transpired that the real owner of the property had no knowledge of this sale. As a result, the buyer had bought a stolen property, losing over £400,000. In this case, the true owner's details were impersonated by a fraudster who changed his name by deed poll and applied for a driving license in the name of the true owner, creating a bulletproof identity document that would pass Safe Harbor identity standards with ease. So, how does Title Guardian fix this problem? Even with modern ID verification systems, law firms cannot prove with certainty that the person instructing them is the true owner of the property. Fraudsters now use new, more sophisticated methods to impersonate owners in order to steal property. This happens because the genuine property owner has no knowledge that their property has been targeted. Title Guardian changes this. Think of a burglar alarm. When someone breaks into your home, you are alerted and the authorities are called simultaneously. Title Guardian operates in the same manner. If anyone tries to sell a property protected by Title Guardian or instructs a law firm to do so, we immediately alert the owner. If the action is genuine, the owner simply acknowledges this and moves on. If the prompt is suspicious, they alert Title Guardian, stopping the fraud, protecting you and your reputation, and preventing any future legal complications and ramifications. Title Guardian is easy to use and comprehensive, offering simple, smart, seamless, 24/7 protection against title and identity frauds. Let's look at how your clients would set up and use Title Guardian. To get started, visit our website or download our app. Follow the straightforward registration and verification process. After registering, search for your address and confirm your subscription. Our technology will verify your identity and property ownership in seconds. And you're done. It's that simple. Once registered, we begin monitoring your address and identity against thousands of data points for unauthorized activity. If we detect any activity, we'll notify you via push notifications, SMS, and email. We'll alert you when your property is listed for sale or rent by an estate agency or placed on an auction listing. You'll also know if any buyer orders searches against your property. We'll monitor online rental marketplaces and notify you if your property appears there, and inform you of any applications to change your title deeds with the Land Registry. Plus, you'll be notified if your address is used at Companies House to register a company without your consent. Title Guardian also safeguards your identity. When someone uses your name or identity to register bogus companies, we'll notify you immediately. These frauds, often committed by sophisticated fraudsters without your knowledge, can damage your credit rating for years. We'll also monitor your name to check if it appears on the insolvency register due to identity theft or misuse of your personal details. All notifications for your property or identity will contain an external link showing the source of the activity alert. Our technology is ever evolving to keep you safe. Soon, we'll be able to notify you when law firms are instructed to act on your property or when lenders are placing a mortgage on it. Our ambition is to eradicate title fraud at the very outset, not when it is too late. We'll ask you to confirm whether the detected activities are innocent or potentially fraudulent. If the activity is innocent, for example, when you list your property for rent or become a company director, we'll ask you to confirm its legitimacy. If you suspect the flagged activity is fraudulent, you can immediately mark it as potential fraud. Our dedicated support team will take care of the rest, notifying the relevant parties and stopping the fraud in its early stages, ensuring that your customers and your firm are safe again. As a law firm, the most poignant message to take from this video is simple. Behind every single title fraud that has ever been committed in England and Wales is an innocent law firm that unknowingly acted for the fraudster. Title fraud cannot be orchestrated and committed without an innocent law firm being used, sadly, as a necessary tool. Law firms are at the forefront of risk. Title Guardian wants to work with you to be at the forefront of prevention, shielding your business from fraud.